Welcome everybody, it's Mr. B here with update 0.62 of the forest. Now this update came out around about a week ago, and as usual I wait for a few days, this time a week, in order to make sure there's no additional patches that come out to fix any other bugs that have been seen. There are quite a few patches we need to get through today, so we're just going to crack on and see what's been changed. Quite a few changes have been made to the UI for the game, including 6 new languages and performance improvements that should help the game tick along a lot better. Let's take a look at the join menu for the multiplayer game. As you can see, it's still very small in the window, but it has been updated with the new look for the menus. Everything is looking pretty good on it. But it's just that size. It needs to be increased in size. So we've got a dedicated server list as well. It has that new feel, that new theme that the devs have put to the menus. But it's still far too small. Come on devs, we've got an entire screen to play with here. Why are you putting everything in the middle? The menu items now have a grey background when you hover over them, which makes it a lot easier to see what it is that you want to select. The text says it all really. We've got 6 new languages: Chinese, German, Russian, Japanese, Korean and Portuguese to choose from. An opaque dark background has also been added to help improve readability in light backgrounds. To finish off the UI changes, we now have new backsplash texture to the loading screen hints. I love the detail on these hats. You'll actually find them on the yacht, where you would expect a captain to be, of course. Cannibal huts have had a makeover as well in the wood construction that it's used. I think it looks pretty good. The new audio system's been added that makes sounds such as rain sound different inside a structure than it does outside a structure. You can hear the rain just now. Let's go inside and see what it sounds like. Quite a difference between inside and outside. Let's do it again. You can hear the rain outside, quite loud, quite wet, quite heavy. Inside, much quieter, sounds like it is hitting off a roof. We go to the windows, it doesn't change, we don't hear it from outside. The only time we hear the rain change to go back to the way it was is when we leave the structure. I think that is fantastic actually. It sounds really, really good. The lighter in the inventory now matches the lighter that you hold in your hand. Same colour, same sort of logo that's on there as well. This is an issue I didn't know existed. Previously, if your weapon was bloody during the rain, it wouldn't wash off. Now as you can see, your weapon is bloody, then it's not bloody, so the rain now washes it off. The stick and sled flag icons now match those of the house, which is the new system. As you can see here, we're rotating through the colours for the sled and the same for the stick. I like those colours, they're really strong. What's good about this as well is if you have an old game with the old colours, it will try and match them when it loads them in. I've come across this issue myself a few times, where you go through a cave entrance holding, let's say, the katana. By the time you get to the other side, it defaults back to the plain axe. Now the devs did fix an issue where when you got onto a boat or a raft that you've built, it would default back to that weapon, the plain axe weapon. They'd fixed that, but they hadn't fixed it for caves. This torch here keeps going out as well every time I light it. I think that might be a bug. It is a torch with cloth, I know it doesn't look like it, but they all look like that these days. They haven't fixed the issue where a torch has the cloth at the top, tends to have it at the bottom in the inventory. But they did fix the issue where it defaults back to the plain axe when you go through the cave entrance. didn't know this wasn't a thing, but now you can place arrow baskets and bone baskets on tables. The old repair icon has been replaced with this new circular design. This you see on the screen is a log needed display. If you've got a structure you need to repair and it needs logs, you need to do that before you can repair it. That's another thing that the devs have added. So get the repair hammer, see the circle, it goes up, turns yellow, and once it's completely yellow, that's it repaired. Looks pretty good. Now after you destroy a weapons rack, any stored items on it spawn so that you can actually pick them up. You can now choose which items to put into a catapult, just as you would do with the other items. So you use the R key now. That rotates through the different items that you want to put in the catapult to store. Repairing a damaged catapult no longer clears out all the items in the basket when it's been repaired. But note that if you destroy a catapult with items in it, they all vanish. That's still an issue. You can no longer place buildings where trees would be inside them. This caused a few issues before. Strange and wonderful designs it caused as well, but you can no longer do this. As soon as there's some trees, the building goes red and you can't place it. They've implemented the new light fire icon for effigies. If you repair an effigy that is on fire, it will stay on fire now. If your inventory for a herb is full and you try and pick it up, it now drops on the ground for collection later. If you try and collect items from a skin rack or a food holder, they will also now drop on the ground for collection. Crocodiles are far more aggressive in this update and they attack far more often. This guy is chasing me about the forest. You try and sneak up behind a crocodile in this update, you'll get this. I actually feel bad about showing you this next change, but animals now explode into chunks when hit with explosives. I mean, look, they're running away from it. They know what's coming. That is dreadful. I don't advocate throwing dynamite at any animal. Except the crocodile, of course. Wow. Those chunks went high. Look at that one. You can now set birds on fire with the flare gun. Never tried to do this before, so this is news to me. Now that is a shot and a half. Come on. If you shoot arrows into fish now, you can pick them back up. So we started with 9 arrows and we're going to finish with 9 arrows. This one happens a lot, but they've reduced the chance of ground attacks when attacking enemies downhill. When you strike mutants and cannibals, they turn bloody. The babies never did, so this one has been fixed too. There are a few updates that I couldn't fit into the video today, so I'm going to go over them just now. The first one is that the hint text on the loading screen was fixed to specify that effigies will scare away enemies from the camp if they are lit. Now previously it just said that the effigies would scare away enemies from camps, so you have to light them now. That's a good clarification because those effigies never worked for me. The second one today is that loose flares in the world were removed and replaced with more openable flare boxes. Now I again couldn't find this anywhere in the world. I have seen flare cases, but I could not find them for this video. I did manage to find one loose flare though in the Katana cave, but no flare boxes. If you've ever come across unbreakable boxes in the world, then they have been removed as well and replaced with breakable boxes. I've come across them a couple of times, but they're by no means widespread. If you've ever upgraded your weapons and saved the game, when you loaded it again, those upgrades were actually gone. So if you've added glass or
teeth to your weapon. Now that will actually load in your loaded game, but it also works retroactively, so in old save games, if you load them now, it will also load the upgrades to your weapons, which is pretty good. For dedicated servers, you can now turn on tree grow mode using a command line switch. There are also a number of multiplayer patches that I haven't gone over in this video, but have a look in the description for the survivetheforest.com link and you'll be able to find the full set of changes in there. If you liked this update episode, please click the like button below. If you like the content that I produce, please share it and subscribe to the channel. Any and all feedback is always very much appreciated, encourages me to make more content for everybody to enjoy. So I'm going to end the video here today, but as always, enjoy the forest and be careful out there.